This week's episode, Thank Me Later, has escaped his basement and he rejoins us this week. Plus, we have Mass Chef here from the Upland Racing League to talk up how the season started, kicked off, and where it's going. You made me crack. Thanks. And we have much, much more to talk about. Stay tuned for all the shenanigans.
The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.
Welcome to the Upland Property Experts Podcast, episode 248. I'm your co-host, Too Stupid to Win, and as always, I'm joined by ThankMeLater. How we doing, brother?
What up?
Glad she didn't keep you in the basement too long and let you go.
Nope. She respected my safe word, so I'm back.
There you go. That's good. Always got to appreciate someone that respects safe words. Always.
We got the whole group. Man, shit. Diabricar. Oh. Jarshard? There's no way that's how you say it.
You're good at butchering it, and I'll leave that to you.
Harishad. Nope. You know what? Probably best I don't try.
Nope.
What up? TerraVision. Caca.
Yeah. Oh, and then we've kind of brought Rock on as a behind the scenes producer, so he should be taking care of our putting comments up for us. And
I like that they put it
Ja
as
Rashad, like Ahmad Rashad, but Ja Rashad. Sure.
City Pigeon.
Ninjas in the house.
Ninjas in the house. What up, fam?
Yes. So are you doing the fantasy league this year?
You mean, am I coming back to dominate like I do every year? Obviously.
To dominate?
That's a little stretch. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you call first, second?
You didn't take first twice.
Haven't I?
Take first twice. You won last year. I won the year before that. Standings 2023. Actually, Den of Wolves won last year.
I came in second last year.
You came in second. And then
I won the year before.
Yeah. Was it? You won the year before?
Yeah. I'm kind of amazing. Okay.
You're kind of amazing.
Yeah. My boy Jason Burrow and I are going to the top again.
To the top.
There
is.
You wouldn't know what that's like. I don't even think you made it to the loser bracket. Somehow you did so badly.
Last year I did so badly I finished in last place. I won 3 whole games last season was bad.
Yeah. Pathetic.
Yeah, it was.
So, will I be returning to claim my place at the top?
Yeah. Wolf will be back.
You are the first message on X. What up, David? Snaps first message on X. Let's go.
Oh, they changed stuff around. I used to be able to Yahoo changed stuff around. Because usually I was good at you could just easily pull up the history of who won which year. So,
well, if you're interested, do we have a full league already? I would assume there's.
Yeah, we still do. Everybody's back in. Only question I have is T. Davis, but I think I'll message him really quick. But we might have one spot open, but that one spot's going to close too because I have
Yeah.
plenty of people wanting to jump in on that one.
Yahoo sucks for everything. I'm in. Is Tara in?
Tara's in the High Roller League.
Oh shit! There's a high roller league. The
Yeah.
hell! I want to be in the high roller league. No, I don't.
Oh, now you tell me.
I don't. I don't want
That's
any.
what
What?
I,
Are you in
I
the
kind
high
of,
roller league?
yeah.
Anyway, I don't
It's
care.
not a donation. Get off it. I already knew where you were going.
Anywho,
Yeah. So they did launch. Well, we'll get Mass on here and we'll go through everything today. We'll get it going. Oh yeah, I gotta follow up
we're
Misha.
actually gonna do a show. I imagine last week was just so compelling. As
I had the
well.
ninjas with me.
Oh, you had the ninjas. Oh, well, then actually it was probably a good show.
Oh, thanks. If it's me by myself, not a good show, but I bring the ninjas on and we're good.
Guaranteed. I accidentally joined one of your streams when it was just you, and I wanted to jump off a virtual building.
I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad you feel that.
What up, Six Ways?
All right.
High roller league fee $1 million UPX? Is that true?
No, not this year.
Are you guys
Not this
excited
year.
for Next World? I got my Next World car plates. I don't know if you're serious. And I don't know
Next
what that
World,
is.
yeah, they were there at Genesis Week, and that was one of the pitches was Next World, and we'll have John on here in the next couple of weeks too to talk Next World and Upland. And you were the first person. He played Upland by himself for 3 years, and you were the first person in Upland to talk to him.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. No, I remember now. Well, I remember Next World now. I don't remember talking to this person.
You will. All right. Anyway,
I believe it though.
yeah. Let's get Mass on here for update in the Upland Racing League. How we doing, Mass?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Great.
So, yeah, I mean, week 1 didn't disappoint, that's for sure. Of course, wow, that's a really big like and subscribe across my face there.
I like
Just
that
to
it
the
just
side.
points to his
Like-
face.
It's like being
Just
slapped by a
points to-
sign.
There's worse
Yeah.
things you could be slapped across the face with.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Anyway, yeah, last week didn't disappoint. We had the MV team, of course, come in first and second last week, taking 1 and 2 on the podium spot. Gotta tell you, Sam Mahoney is a machine. That guy can race. He is really, really good. So it's going to take something special to get him this year. But uh, it was a good race. Wander did an awesome job coming in third place. Buellman in fourth. Phalos taking fifth. M Wagon Wolf Warner getting sixth and seventh. TV 125 eighth. Metaspook ninth. Akaproppy 10th, and Caesar and Funky Beats for the Hyde Park Ninjas are 2 rookies for this season, coming in 11th and 12th. We're hoping that they get some practice in this week. I know Funky Beats kind of struggled a little bit with her vehicle last week, so that didn't help. But I'm sure that they are going to. We're looking to see them move up the boards for sure. So we had an interesting development because at the start of the season we had 6 teams. However, only 5 teams qualified for our race to 1 million um, season
UPX.
there for the season for the team race competition. So Wolf Warner and M Wagon Mizzy talked after the races and decided to form a 6 team. They were the 2 independent drivers that were running the season. So after race 1, they have formed up as the Den of Fools racing team. So they are now eligible for the race to 1 million. So we have a full 6 team roster in there, all of them eligible for that big, huge prize. So this is combined score from each race for each team. And obviously, as you can see, combined score means a lot because we've got Castle Elite Racing in there at number 2, Neo
Ooh.
MW Motorsports running in and also tied for that second place spot with uh, Metaforce Racing in 4th. So the team aspect of it really brings a whole new dynamic to the racing and a whole new dynamic to the strategy of how these teams are kind of going to make it their way through the track through the rest of the season. So, super excited to see how this kind of plays out a little bit as we go along. So, of course, the race to 1 million goes through all 3 series that we run in the URL. That's the Pro Series that we're running right now, the Stock Car Competition Series that runs next, and then the Champions Cup Series that runs at the end of the year. So this will be a culmination of all 3 of those series races. So we're going to see how this plays out. Should be pretty entertaining, I think.
Now, if Wolf and MWAG Gamizzi were a team beforehand, where would they have been in this
so
team
they
ranking?
actually, yeah, they based on their points, they would have been, so they would have had what's that?
13.
13 points. They would have been in that 4th place spot. So they're still able to they're still able to get in there and earn points for the rest of the season. So they really only missed 1 race of points. But that would have definitely put them up into the 4th place spot. So they've got a little catching up to do, but I am very confident. Those are 2 very qualified racers. They're very consistent normally. So I think consistency in this particular leaderboard is going to be key to moving up. So again, should be super fun to find out for sure. So tomorrow we are racing on the Puerto Madero Raceway in Buenos Aires. This is the first time that this track has made an appearance in the URL. It's a fairly newly sanctioned track. Very fast, but a whole lot of turns. We got
I was
20
going to
big.
that.
Yeah,
That's a lot of turns, a lot of zig and a zag. So when they zig, you zag, I guess, on this track.
absolutely. And there's 2 really nasty hairpins running right turn number 6 and turn number 16, I believe that is up there.
19? Oh,
Or
nope, 16.
no,
You're
16,
right.
yeah. So those are some really nasty turns. This is a counterclockwise track. So this is running counterclockwise. So that one, there's a straightaway between 11 and 12. That's really the only good boost position. It's not the only boost position, but you really got to be on your game to boost anywhere else.
I don't know. You could come out of 16, come around that hairpin and boost there. It looks like you might
It's
have
not
pretty.
it's not quite as long as it looks
Okay.
on the map. However, I will say that it's not impossible. It is very tricky, and you will probably, as long as you're in the right lane, you're probably still going to get a little sticky running around 17. But if you're in the right lane, it shouldn't be too bad. However, with that said, we had an update today for racing in game. I was able to get with thanks to City Pigeon. He brought to my attention some glitching that we have going on. There's a video that he sent over to Upland of him running over Crowley in a car while Crowley was on the track. He came to a complete stop for no apparent reason in the middle of a straightaway. So there's going to be some interesting racing tomorrow, I think, to as we make our way around the track with the new update. So should be interesting. Now, with that said, I'm super excited to see consumables come along. And we'll see how it plays out. I personally haven't tried any yet because I don't own any because, well, I just never did. But should be entertaining. Nevertheless.
All right. So, and then how's the sizzle season going?
Sizzle season is going pretty well. I actually haven't checked the leaderboards today. Um, I got super busy. I got called back to work today, so um,
Mm.
and of course it was a very long day. I went in at 6 and got off at 7. So
Oh,
yeah, it was not pleasant.
and you're on the podcast here at 9:30. That's
Well,
dedication.
got to make sure that everybody has the lowdown on the hoedown here. So let's see if I jump in. So let's see here. Data configuration error. That's interesting. Okay, so I would love to bring you an update on the leaderboard, but apparently the leaderboard is currently not working. Um, yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
all right.
the last time I checked it, it was looking pretty good. I know City Pigeon and Crowley they race a ton, so they were definitely up there on most of the leaderboards. So seeing those guys up there is awesome. City Pigeon is currently they're both actually 1 and 2 currently in the URL Pro World Rankings. So that basically the Pro World Rankings for the URL. If you go to myupland.info and check out some of their racing information, they have the most extensive racing information on that website. As far as what you can get from Upland, you can get everything from track record times to uh, how much UPX everybody's earning when they're racing. And then also we have our URL Pro leaderboard there, which kind of emulates a little bit the Upland Racing Series model. The points only count if you have 3 or more racers. So it really is kind of weighing more on those that are actually racing in large groups and not necessarily just racing the AI or whatever, which the other board kind of pulls all that data as well. So, yeah, those guys are constantly on the top of that board, and they run really, really well. I got to do so those guys actually run a server called the Upland Garage. Well, it's completely dedicated to racing. They do a bunch of different things, including Track Hero and all that stuff. So, got to run an event with them. I think 2 weekends ago, maybe. They did an event where it was a kart run race event. So you ran a race in a kart, you ran a race on Track Hero, and you ran a race in an S4E, and the accumulation of your time through all those 3 races depended on who won and whatnot on the leaderboard. So it was actually really cool. It was a fun event. So anybody check out the Upland Garage on Discord. Super cool event. They run those events all the time. So it's a lot of fun. Check them out.
That, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was a very unique take on it, and they've got it open to everybody. You don't, they run qualifiers usually a day before an event, so you got some time to practice and whatnot, and then they run the event usually on Saturday. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very cool. Very very different feeling thing.
Oh, that's definitely creative, and look forward to more events like that from them. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for the updates for this week's Upland Racing League.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
and everybody jump in there because 1:30 tomorrow Eastern time. We're giving away all kinds of stuff during the races. We've got some carts to give away. We've got some map assets to give away. The sponsors this year have just been super generous with map assets and NFTs and vehicles and all kinds of stuff for us to give out during the races. So we had a super fun time doing that last week. So we're going to keep it up and just keep doing it. So tune in 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Metaverse Racing News Network on YouTube, and you could win yourself a brand new cart. We've got all kinds of stuff given away.
nice. And speaking of sponsors, what's missing from your slides?
I know. I haven't. I honestly, I have. So I have a master slide that I usually show with when I show the main leaderboard with all of the sponsors on it. And honestly, we got inundated with so much stuff this season that I just haven't had time to update that sheet yet. So I promise I will have it updated for the next show, and we'll get
Well,
it on there. Because of course we can never forget our corporate sponsor, our one and only corporate sponsor so far, the UPX Podcast. So we really appreciate you guys.
just making sure our logo's
Super,
there as the corporate
super
sponsor.
awesome. Super awesome. Yes, it will be there. I promise I will update it for the next show.
Awesome. Just had to give you a hard time on that there, Mass.
I know, I understand. I completely understand for sure.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for the update, and we look forward to talking to you next week, man. Get
Thanks,
some
guys.
rest.
Yep.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
All right. See you. All right, Mass Chef. Oh, Wizzo in the house. What's going on, Wizzo? Good to see you. Whoa, Ryan 600. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Ryan. Definitely an OG Uplander.
Yeah.
Wow. Glad you can make it live. Yes. All right, so today they had you remember that Death Ender, since he won Designer of the
Yeah,
Year, he got to
exactly.
design a neighborhood?
Which, by the way, what the heck? Like, okay, yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah,
What?
I mean, well, I'm just a little annoyed. Like, we still haven't got our badges. Like, Broadcaster of the Year. Like, what's our thing? Like, I don't know. It just feels like I want to design a neighborhood. Why shouldn't we get to design a neighborhood? Or why should we get like a cafe or a theater or something? Broadcasters of the Year. I mean, and they said badge. Like, it's been 2 months. Or
Yeah,
it's been,
Elijah doesn't have his badge for Player of the Year either.
yeah, like, I don't know.
It's
It feels
coming.
like Broadcaster of the Year. Like, if you're going to give Creator of the Year, which, first of all, they get paid, like, and this is not taking anything away from D-Tech or any of the creators, because the stuff that they do is next level insane and super cool. But
Absolutely.
the reality is, like, the stuff that they create for Upland, they get compensated pretty well. I mean, I know that they put in a lot of work, but, like, you know, Player of the Year, Broadcaster of the Year, like, if you're giving those kind of incentives away, like, you get to design an entire city, like, that's super cool. Like, I don't know. It just feels like, well, you know, they don't really pay us out like they used to for, like, the broadcaster. So there used to be, like, a small UPX incentive for being part of the UCN broadcaster stuff. And now it's like, well, we haven't got our badge. We haven't really got any recognition. Like, I don't feel like the marketing team is really, like, touting us. Like, I'm not feeling the love. I feel like Doyle, I know that they shipped Doyle to Dallas, and did when they did the Texas State Fair, they paid for him to go to Dallas and work their booth at the Texas State Fair. Like, I go, are they going to reach out to us to do things with them? I don't know. It just, like, you win Miss America, you expect to, like, get some things. Like,
when was the Texas State Fair?
when was it?
When is it? Like, what month is it usually?
In the fall, like October, I think.
Oh, okay. So they still have time. It's August.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not saying, and I mean, it's still very early on. I don't know. I just, like,
Yeah. That's right, Swirly. I got that mixed up. He did win the competition. That's right. Hey, we can't remember everything. Sorry. But still. And anyone could have entered it. That's right. That's right. It just
all right.
It's been a long
he
week.
gave me
Sorry.
wrong information.
I gave the wrong information.
And you
I
know
didn't
what?
have a lot of
Regardless,
show
I
prep.
think we should still get free stuff. My point's still stands.
Yes. Dude, if you saw my week, I had 15 minutes to prep this week. I'm sorry. The kids went back to school this week. My wife traveled a lot for her work this week.
No. Stop. You don't
I
need
made
to
bad
apologize.
information.
It's fine. You know what? They can go create their own content. Go watch Goldie's show if you want the correct information. You
There
come
you
here
go.
for entertainment. Like, we're not going to apologize for you. Go. If you know all the information, then why are you listening to September 27th, October 20th? What does that even mean?
The
Oh,
Texas State Fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
There was a competition for it. It's
All
just
right, fine.
been a long week.
All
Either
right.
way,
Well,
he also
either way,
won. He
congrats
also
to
won
DTech.
Designer of the
It looks
Year.
super
Okay.
cool.
He
looks
won
super
Designer of the
cool.
Year. So yeah.
And it minted out, I think, like in 5 minutes or something, didn't it?
Less than that. Like I saw claims of 2.5 minutes, and I got a couple of messages of saying they had a lot of people had some tails, and every time they hit a property on their tail, it was this is reserved. This is like it went quick, super quick,
Dang, that's super cool.
which
I
is
love that.
awesome. And I think right now that's one of your more valuable neighborhoods because it's uniqueness.
Yeah, for sure. DTech spent more than you'd spend on a full-time job to design those buildings, and he was not well compensated. I have nothing but gratitude and respect for DTech. I don't know how long he spent on it. That's fair. I have nothing but love and respect for DTech.
Yeah. People were having glitches, people were getting some circles, it was slow. I mean, like the demand was high for it.
And he wasn't well compensated? I mean,
No.
I don't
Oh.
know. I can't speak to that. I don't know what fair compensation. I mean, his name, you can't go anywhere in Upland. Like, to me, if you think of UGC, like user generated content, you think DTech, you think Death Ender. Like, so from that perspective, like I appreciate that he's putting in a ton of sweat equity. And I don't know like the actual payout. I hope it pays out long term for him for sure. And if Upland is big and he continues the way he's doing, I mean, again, he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's the undisputed champion of user generated content. So when Upland gets huge, he is very well positioned to absolutely dominate that market. So again, that's not to take anything away from him or to say that he shouldn't be compensated more now. But the reality is he has done a very good job of branding himself. He is connected very well into the Upland creator. And I know, and Chuck, and I appreciate that there's been a ton of issues and it has not always been easy. But as far as I'm concerned, he is easily the most primed positioned for any of the UGC stuff.
Yeah.
And Earn Spark is apparently not as important as Purchase Spark. Well, obviously
No.
It's not. Like Earn Spark is never going to be as valuable as Purchase Spark to Upland. I mean, 5 Spark is not nothing. I mean, 5 Spark would have been $2,000 worth of compensation. I mean, now granted,
Back in the day.
New adjustment. I mean, 5 Spark isn't anything. I mean, that's thousands of dollars of Spark. Again, now it's been adjusted, unfortunately.
I mean, it's still early.
Family puts up with you guys because it's a good show. Wait, to each their own. Broadcaster designers both put in the effort, but DTech stuff is top notch. I had to get some prep. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not comparing the work we do as broadcasters to the work that he does there. But also the compensation model is vastly different. Like we make nothing. Like we don't get Spark for doing this. Like if I got 5 Spark for the entire year of being a broadcaster, it would be a boon. Like I've created dozens of different sites and projects. I've never been compensated really significantly beyond maybe, I don't remember what we had. Like we used to get like a quarterly couple thousand UPX, which is nothing. So again, they're very different segments and whatever. Oh yeah, the Sparklet stuff. Ka-chow, you came up a lot. I was the reason I wasn't here last week is because I was on a trip and I went Bigfoot hunting in the woods of Oklahoma. And it was awesome. I did not see a Bigfoot, but I tried. And I really want Bigfoot flip-flops that like leave like no one sold them, which was weird. It seems like a really easy thing. Like it was Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Very cool touristy spot. But I just wanted Bigfoot flip-flops that like when you walk on sand or whatever, it left like Bigfoot like footprints. No one sold them there. I think you can get them online on Amazon, but whatever.
Should buy them for your next trip.
Oh, for sure. Well, I told every vendor there, I was like, you need to carry these so that way I can just buy them here. The kids are too quiet. Yeah. Well, I was trying to kill time because you look like something was happening.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. So I don't know who was messing with the Alexa in the house. All of a sudden it started jamming music really loud. I'm like, what is going on? So then I had to see if, I had to check that out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about? I got so many things to talk about.
All right, go.
What's on your list?
Oh, all I was going to say was, they reminded you coming up here in 8 days, you have the second snapshot for the Sparklet drop coming up August 30th. And then as you continue to complete your gamified missions for the season, you can increase your multiplier there. Nothing too exciting.
Okay. So can I just call out like Upland? I think like I don't know how to say this nicely, but like I think we need to take a hint. We need to take a hint from the community. How long are these sizzle houses been here? How long has this Protum sale been up?
Now the Protum, they did say that the Protum sale was going to be there and it was going to be a large supply so anybody could get it as they needed for this totem season. So they knew that they were oversupplying the market with Protum.
I don't buy that. When did they say that? Before or after they actually launched the Protum?
Before.
I mean, I'm just saying that like they sold what 109 of the $10 packs. Like
so people don't need Protum. If you need it, it's there.
What I'm saying is, I don't know. Like, what are people's statuses on the totems? Like, I feel like the totems to me are. I haven't heard any activity about it. Like, at least when it like the first time around, people were excited about it, talking about it. Where is people's excitement now? Where is the pricing on these? Again, I fed one of my Protum. I put one totem, one Protum, and I'm going to let it die. It's not that interesting. I don't like the way it's gamified myself. Yeah. Orthodox NPC says totems are not fun. They're a chore. Yeah. Nobody has faith because of Spark's starting price. There you go. That's another good perspective of like the Sparklet. And so now they're like, yeah.
But they never said that that's only speculation that they're going to make the STEM token a tradable token.
I just think in general that, again, like the Sparklet, you just go, okay, well, how much am I really going to work for this token, regardless of if it's traded or not?
I mean,
I'm taking care of all my
minutes.
totems. It's going well. Excited to get my Protum balance built up. All right, good. So Shaq's out there hustling. Are you doing your totems this season, this round?
Yeah, and I'm very good at jacking them up, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm good there. Yeah, it's just like this morning I had to feed I had all my tokens ready to feed at 8 o'clock this morning, but it was meet the teacher for my son's preschool. So of course at the same time. So I'm like, all right, I'll feed them. But then I got back home and the sitter was here and I turned over with her. And then I had to rush into work because I had a meeting to be at. The next thing I know, it's 1 PM and I'm 5 hours past my 8 o'clock feeding for everything. I only had 2 12-hour ones, so it wasn't that bad. And I have a couple of ones that it doesn't impact too bad if I miss a feeding, but still I'm just trying to stay on top of it. But I mean,
yeah. Well, no,
I set it up. I set it up a lot better than the first cycle. The first cycle, I was excited. I started it. Everybody was still trying to figure it out. But I didn't even start the first day of the cycle this time around. I just because everything going on, I wanted to start it at a convenient time. If I got a totem that needs feeding at midnight, I feed it right before I go to bed. If I got a totem that needs feeding at 2 or 3 in the morning, I feed it when I wake up. I'm not setting the alarms. I'm not getting up to do it. I'm not wrecking my sleep cycle like I did for the first cycle of it, as we had that figured out.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm up 21%. Let me click it. Stop clicking it.
Rock's doing his job back there. Leave him be.
No, I clicked the comments. Rock, you just chill. Jeez, Pete. I went hard pre-snap to get pro. Now I don't even want to read it. Now I'm annoyed. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like based on the Protum sales numbers and just everything, like I just wish it was done different. I wish they put in some other mechanics to help make it more manageable, more insightful, more fun. Like, it's a chore. It's not fun. To me, this is just to me. To each their own. I also was really big into treasure hunting when it first started, and then it became a chore. But also, for treasure hunting, people like Russell Envy and June and some of these absolute insane pros came in and started whooping butt. So also there is that. Less sleep deprived.
Totems weren't that hard, if you get the colors of the ones that fit your lifestyle the best. You have 24-hour, you got 48-hour, you have 30, 16-ish. It just depends on what you want to do, how often you want to do it. So you just could have arranged it by color, made some trades for colors because people were seeking certain things. And now you have the feeding schedule figured out. You have how much you need to feed them figured out. I mean, it's not that much of a headache now that it's figured out, but people just don't need, they haven't figured out this round, so they don't need the Protum sales that they have offered there. I mean, and some things you got to consider with the sizzle ornaments, with them still being out there this far into the season. Yeah, it's different. But if you look at everything going on, I mean, there's news coming out that Americans continue to rack up their credit card debt. It's hit a record of 104.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
It's $1.14 trillion. You have savings have decreased.
I don't
secondary care. Oh yeah, if people don't have money to spend on games, if they don't have money to support their life, they don't have money to spend on games.
No, people always spend money on games. It's one of the things that even in a recession, people still the things that people still spend money on are their entertainment and drugs. But like, honestly, gaming is not necessarily recession proof, but people still spend money on games that they enjoy. Like, that's like one of the things that people still like tend to spend money on. I think it's very apparent, like, these things are not like, I don't know, like when you sell less than a third, like, I don't know how long these have been up, but like, that tells you something to me. Like, I don't know. I'm just pointing out, until they have mouths to feed, that's possibly fair.
I mean, I'm just pointing out.
It just seems weird to me. Like, I don't like seeing these numbers so high of like, they're not being sold. I'm not happy like with the amount. Like, I want more gamification. I mean, I'm gonna keep ringing this dinner bell until the cows come home, because the reality is, like, I want to play Upland. I want to play Upland, but it's just like, it's still not a game that is fun for me. Like, everything is like, it's full-time work. And like the gaming part, like outside of it, I get it. Like, if you want to do broadcasting, if you want to do UGC, if you want to run a meta venture, like, sure, that's fair. That should be more of a business. But like, I don't know, like, is the entire, like, And maybe that's what everyone's been saying. Like the entire point of Upland is just to make money. Well, then that's not really like, that's not fun. Like if that's it, if that's the only motivation that anybody's playing this game and putting in all this effort is because they want to make money, which is fair, right? Not financial advice, but like, I don't want to do that. I want to play a game. I play Hearthstone. Hearthstone just came out with a great new update for Battlegrounds. Hit me up if you play Hearthstone, because they just put trinkets in Battlegrounds and it's freaking awesome. And I play, like in my free time, I like playing video games. I wish I liked playing Upland. Like I wish that they gave me content I could enjoy playing in my free time, so I didn't have to keep finding new games. But I don't know.
That's fair.
On that note, here's me officially throwing my hat in the ring. Upland, I will furlough my account, put it on freeze, do whatever. For the right offer, I will personally come work for Upland as your head of gamification. I am a certified enterprise architect. I have over 15 years of software development and architecture background, and I am also a lifelong gamer and know your data sets and your user community as good as anybody else in the world. So this is my official application to say, I will come work for Upland for the right price. Let me make Upland great again.
There you go. Nice pitch.
There you go. That's my pitch. And then I finally got the other site to come up. So there's a couple things. So I'm going to be working here. As we saw, TerraVision. I've been wanting to do these skits. One specific that I'm really excited. So I'm working on creating some fun characters, and like kind of like skit shows for TerraVision. And one of the skits, which I'll talk about, I just have not had time to prep it, is the Tinfoil Top Hat Society, where we are going to talk conspiracy theories and maybe some ancient llama aliens. And I'm going to make a tinfoil top hat, and it's going to be like super fun. I already have a couple skits planned. And all of that is going to be offered exclusively through TerraVision. She is helping put together some short form content. If you are interested in making short form content or long form content into short form content at all, I highly recommend reach out to myself or TerraVision to see how to do that. We're also going to be commenting and going back through some old videos. Tara has some amazing ideas about like going back and looking at old predictions and reviewing some historical content, which is great. There's a lot of interviews, like original interviews from the founders and stuff, some lost footage that I think would be really fun to share. And some gems like the original Upland Guru, which I think now I might be able to actually work. So like, take a look at this, how old school. So from 4 years ago. So, and shout out, I think this might look familiar to our one and only, no, not fire sale. I wouldn't sell any of my stuff. I would just put it in holding, or I might just give it to Too Stupid. Those are some nice to look at. Exactly. Speaking of the legendary Kid Chow, yes, this map was made by the one only Kid Chow, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So this is San Francisco, inner, outer. Also, fun fact, do you remember Upland didn't have neighborhood lines to start with?
Yep. You just had to click on the property and figure it out, because I thought I was buying some financial district properties early on, looking at the Google Maps of what was classified as the financial district by Google Maps, which I didn't realize at the time that you could click on and find it. Yeah, it was kind of frustrating, and people were mad about it because they thought something off of what they were referencing.
Oh, yeah, that was a big deal, especially around these borders of some of these important places. Yeah. So anyway, so here's the map. The original 21 collect. Oh, look at this. Here's a map, courtesy of Uplander Kachow. Look at this. Estimated cost to achieve less than 2,000 UPX. I don't know that you could do that anymore. Oh, well, maybe actually one time. Well, this is newbie.
Yeah,
so
one property.
San Francisco owned 3 properties, 6,000. Could you buy 3 properties for less than 6,000?
If you're FSA, and it depends on the city and FSA standing.
No, in San Francisco.
Oh, in San Francisco? No.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, this was the pricing guide to achieve these. So Sunset, you could achieve Sunset for about 12,000 UPX. King of the Street. Oh, like, but like, I don't know. So this was interesting. I'm trying to see some old community content. This is where the Upland Action News, our first podcasts. What is this? Oh, not available. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, weekly report 5 years ago. 2/3/20. This was February 3rd.
Your math is kind of off, though.
Well, I mean, it says 5 years ago.
Yeah. I know it says 5 years. I'm saying that math is kind of off.
Oh, yeah. I guess 4.5 years.
Yeah. I guess you went over a half and it rounded.
I guess so. Here you go. Domestic travel for Terminal 3 was open to buy. Oh, look at this. Holy cow. Like this is back in the this is the thing. People who just joined now and are like, ThankMeLater doesn't read. He doesn't bro, you don't know.
You were heavily into the game back then because it was fun and it was new.
Exactly. And so people don't know, like, I put in a lot of time. I wrote a lot of guides. Mojito. Yeah.
We got to name one too.
And exactly. Oh yeah. So this is the fan blog. Oh wait, this was the special edition. Oh, look at this. Oh, Upland has about 150,000 total properties. Of that, about 250,000. I loaded this into actual, one of the Google Map APIs. So I did the extract, and this was one of the early mint maps. And so it's really interesting to see. So that's Hyatt Ashbury. And so you can kind of see
look at Alamo Square.
Alamo Square before it was fully minted. The financial district, Seacliff. This is where dude bought all of his stuff. You remember?
Yep.
So it's really interesting to see, for me, I'm a history buff.
I mean, at the time I was running around buying all the banks I could find. I had a little list of San Francisco bank addresses. As soon as I got enough UPX, I'd go ahead and I'd buy another bank property.
Yeah. Let's see. Back to some numbers. Let's talk Upsquare. Upsquare is measure used in Upland to dictate the relative size property. San Francisco properties from 1 Upsquare to 150,000 Upsquare. Oh man, Maximilian found 160. So, and keep in mind, this is this was before we had data sites. So this is people manually clicking around to find this stuff. Oh yeah, and I did. That was the largest property for sale in San Francisco at the time, and I did buy it. There are 9 1 Upsquare, 16 2 Upsquare, 13 3. Oh, and then look. So
at that point in time, you had people being able to run, they were running stuff against the blockchain and being able, it was the start of, and some of the programs would bog down the game as they were.
Oh yeah, because we almost crashed the server a couple times pulling the data, where the entire game of Upland would start tracking real slow. And we're like, we need to turn off our scrapers. Because I remember that's how I got a lot of the one properties. Because when it first started, you had to click every single property to find one. And then I paid a block explorer or blockchain sleuth to get me a printout of all the one properties in San Francisco. Man, here you go. Some very large, man, that was 48,000. That was like a lot. That was before. Look at this. This is top holders. Brett Gerber with a hard G was at 817. Oh, look. Here's
and then the treasures.
Here's a map.
The first 1,000 treasure hunts.
Yeah, here's a map. This is the first 1,000 treasure hunts.
And then everybody would just start up in the northeast corner because of it.
What is this?
It was by special request, whatever it is.
Oh, Kent.
Oh, where the top properties were.
Top owner properties. Yeah. So I imported all of these players' properties to see where, because this was people wanted to know, like, well, where are top people buying? So this map, we had an interactive map where you could pull up a player and then see where properties they had around. Yeah. Yeah. Happy 4th of July. Oh, yeah. These, they had like.
Yep.
No, it was me. MG. Oh. Mr. Pickle. Oh, and MG is a pickle. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And then the other thing that. So I don't remember. You remember this? I would love to get this back. If you're a big wiki fan, if you don't know about this is upland.wiki. It is horribly out of date. Needs a massive uplift, but this is upland.wiki. And yeah, look at Vegas new. That's how old. Like this is when Vegas.
That's two Genesis weeks ago.
Yeah. And Rio was the only international one. Yeah. Oh, wait. Do we have terms? Check this out, though. Look, we started putting terms. Wait, do we have a Dizzy Deuce?
No.
Yeah, we didn't make it. Anyway. Yeah. So we'll be doing old content reviews. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think there is upload. Let's see 101. Don't buy properties. Yeah, like look at this old school. Like, oh, the Jujun and Z Hidalgo. Shout out because they probably put this together looking at this is blue and Z Hidalgo. Oh, look at this is although this hasn't changed. So this is 5 years old. Yeah. Like I think there's like a new shop icon. Like it really hasn't changed that much.
And then you got the message icon in the bottom left now too. But yep, pretty standard.
True. Man, I was trying to find. There was I thought there was. I thought we had. Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, wait. Oh, my gosh. Wait, am I sharing? This is, look at this. Upland pricing guide. Wait, what does this mean? Oh, holy crap. Apparently I made money on that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, here you go. This was the original Playing the Budget, a guide to how to spend 10. This is from April. I remember this. This would not be baller on a budget. Yeah, I don't think you could spend $10.
No, not anymore.
And do anything. Premium collection. Oh, $10,000. Get yourself the curator. Oh. Is that audio coming through?
Yes.
Look at that. I made that. How
You
sweet
did.
is that? What happened to UPX World? Oh, this is, don't even look at my viewing history.
Well, this is awkward.
Well, this is weird. No. Oh, man. So this was, I wonder. This is interesting. Oh, the JFK. So if you ever want to know about the JFK Easter egg, here's your Dizzy Diskey. Won that. What is this? Oh, those bat pinatas. Treasure Hunt 2.0. Oh, look, I even have memes. Fly SFO. Oh, here you go. Oh, Height Street sold out. And then I was making like sold out. Be sure your properties are there. Cheapest single property is 50,000. I think they're like 250 now.
For
what's rumor has it, Mission Street is up and coming. Oh, see, I love this. No, why are these? Oh, here you go. Here's
the Ashbury is 185,000 right now.
Gotcha. Choina reach. So, like, keep in mind. Okay, so here you go. So this is April 21st, 2020. Okay. So, and this is on published. This is on Medium or Publish XO. Here you go. So for all those who want the next exclusive community neighborhood, which, spoiler, it's the first community neighborhood. Call it what you will. Here's the documentation on when it started in April of 2020, long before anybody else. There you go. Buying 500. I bought 500, including a full block. Please note, this is an advanced play and does not recommend. I would not make any. If you get your base collection set, you're looking for speculative buy, then go ahead and join the club. There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. So, this is this community doc. So I used to do these for most of the games I play. I like to make these kind of like community. So this I spent a lot of time on back in the day of like I updated it for several months for a while. Like all the different releases. Oh, and then I used Airtable because before we had all the sites, literally we were manually collecting in this Airtable. And then we had some blogs and some Discords, freaking old telegrams. Holy crap, the amount of telegrams. So there's tips and tricks. Monthly interest, old school monthly interest. There you go. So like it would be really interesting to go back. And again, this is like when the visitor fees, which you couldn't change. It was originally just 20. And so they actually introduced the visitor fee changes in Mojito. Unofficial community contest. Here's another map. Pricing of all of these. Oh yeah, SFO collections. Oh, and then we started to do unofficial ones. So like collections, airports, JFK, buyer seller guides. Here you go. Starter property sizing guides. So I was trying to create some standardized on like sizing. So when we're talking like, hey, small, medium, large, extra large, giant, massive, TL, too large to buy. Man, here you go. As of 5. So if you wanted to know, here's some old markups. Anyway, I love this stuff. I love this kind of like his history of stuff. We're going to be creating some more content on it. Here's the buyout of San Francisco or Alamo Square. Yeah, there. Guide to treasure hunts. Oh, this is an old school guide. Yeah. Anyway, If this is the kind of content you guys would like to see more of, definitely let us know. Oh my God. By default, you get 3 a day. Oh, how many do you get now? Because it went up to 40 in May of 2020.
It's north of 80 or around 80.
Oh, really? Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I love this stuff.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's nostalgic. Nostalgic is a great word for it. Yeah, we're definitely going to do some throwback stuff. And we're going to be doing some cool content. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I think I just wanted to kind of reminisce on some of that old content. Give a shout out to TerraVision. I'm really excited to be collaborating with her to make some content and to start kicking off some stuff there. What else? What else do we got?
That's kind of all I got for the week. Pretty quiet week.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There you have it, folks. I don't know. I got nothing else.
You got nothing else? All right. With that, everybody be safe. Have fun. We'll see you out there in the metaverse. See you next week.
The UPX Podcast with the property expert. If it's happening in Upland, it's the place you want to check first. With your host who's stupid to win and thank me later. Bringing the strategy, news, and cool charts with all the data. This is Upland, where the metaverse goes down. Genesis, San Fran, to Rio, and all around. Don't miss a week, you never know what they'll say next. It's the Upland property experts, baby, UPX.